Oh hey, didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Secret Agent Alexis Arenas Andrade, and this is our second magazine show. Today we'll be telling you everything about homecoming, so stay tuned. In this first segment of the show, we find out what Pitt State students like about homecoming. Our special agent finds out the details.
What is it?
Now people are getting curious. They want to know what the student body likes and enjoys most about homecoming. Find out all the intel you can.
Okay, I got it. I'm on my way.
Oh, and if I were you, I'd lose my grip on that phone now.
My first plan of attack to find out all the knowledge I can of the locals was to go to the Oval, the main central point of all the buildings, and catch them on their commute.
We typically don't go to the homecoming game because we're not really sports people, and as non-traditional students, we don't have as much time to do stuff like that because we'd rather spend time with our families. So we usually take our kids to the parade. They've probably been every year for the last 8 years. We haven't missed one since.
I really like Yell Like Hell. Ironically, I did that with Campus Christians my freshman year, but I won't be participating this year. I'll just be watching it, but it'll be a lot of fun there. I'm also a big fan of the football games. That's obviously big things leading up to my family. It's always been a tradition for all of us to go watch the games and hang out together.
I personally am super excited for the football game. I'm a pretty huge football fan, and I think the energy in the stadium when we play homecoming and when we play our big rivals is really something to behold. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
The first 3 people were able to experience homecoming before this year. These next 2 students have yet been able to partake in said events since they are new to Pitt State.
To be honest, being my first year at Pitt State, I really don't know what to expect yet. But, I'm open to finding out, and I just am excited living with the experience. I am more than excited for Yell Like Hell.
I'd like to see the homecoming parade, and there's kind of several events, Yell Like Hell and football.
It seems to me that there's something for everyone during homecoming, whether it be football, the parade, or Yell Like Hell. Now that's some very interesting intel. It's been a nice long day's work. Apparently there's a double agent in our midst. I need to find him.
For special operations, it's good to stay quiet, but for Yell Like Hell, it's time to get loud. Our special agent, Ian Ahrens, has a story.
Yell Like Hell, one of the most time-honored traditions here at Pittsburg State University, an opportunity for the student body to get together for competition and some good old-fashioned fun. Ian Ahrens here, and over the next couple of minutes, I'll take you behind the scenes to show you a couple different perspectives that maybe you hadn't thought of before watching this. I sat down with 2 participants and got their perspective on how things go for someone involved in Yell Like Hell. First, we spoke with Michaela O'Brien, the chair for Yell Like Hell on the homecoming committee. Let's take a look.
I'm going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm going to get there at 5:30, or I'll probably be in the CAC at 3:15 after I get off work, and I'll be there all day just trying to get volunteers in their positions, trying to get them to understand it the best they can so it can run smooth. The King and Queens will be in their skyboxes before Yell Like Hell begins. The national anthem kicks off at 7 p.m. From then we have performances going on. We go into convocation after that, and from then scoring, I don't know, it's just gonna be a crazy day. Lucky me, I get to listen to all the music first. So it sounds to me like the theme is the biggest part of Yell Like Hell. Previous years, the theme has taken a big part of Yell Like Hell, and everyone likes to do something fun and creative with the theme, which I love because that's part of your scoring now. We've actually increased creativity because of the rule changes. So the music makes it sound very James Bondish. So we're excited to see what people do with that. After all the performances, while we're tabulating scores, convocation and the crowning of the King and Queen will be held in the middle. I got to actually participate in Yell Like Hell and be one of the organizations who represented Pitt State. And to me, it was more of I'm representing Pitt State, I'm a part of this community, I'm gonna show them what we can do. And I feel like that's what a lot of organizations do when they get out there. They're a part of it. Come out and see us on Thursday, October 6th at 7 p.m. at the Carney Smith Stadium.
That sounded like quite the list of things to do for preparation. Now that we've had an opportunity to speak with somebody from the committee, I also thought it'd be a good idea to sit down and talk with somebody who participated last year. Tyler Tim, who is a member of the Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity, participated with his brothers. We have his perspective of all the events that unfolded.
Last year was my second year participating. I think we prepped, if memory serves, at least a month and a half in advance. We changed formations for multiple songs, and plus we had to do different formations for the cheer towards Yell Like Hell. Practices ended up being, I think, 3-hour practices at least, with almost 3 or 4 days a week. You have to go out there and with almost an empty head while you're out there, because you can't let that get to you, otherwise you don't perform up to the standards you need to perform at. I know I felt very nervous. I also felt very excited because we're in front of 3,000 people at least. Time management is key. Probably going to be practicing a lot. You're going to be spending a lot of nights practicing. If you don't manage your time well, you're not going to be able to succeed during school while also participating for this. Actually going in there and watching my friends compete and watching people I know go out there and dance and all that, it's going to be kind of a cool thing. I mean, I'm really excited to be on the other side for a change. It's less stressful, for sure.
I can't even begin to imagine all of the preparation that goes into an event like that. For the Caps 13 News 15-minute show, I am Ian Ahrens.
As the weather is cooling down, the competition is heating up when it comes to getting the crowns. Our special agent, Gracie Spencer, has the intel.
Fall is upon us here in Pittsburg, Kansas, and with the changing weather comes a time of year not only Pitt State students, but the entire Pittsburg community looks forward to. That's right, homecoming is just around the corner, and for many students around campus, that means fun events like Yell Like Hell, a parade, and football. However, even though the weather is starting to cool down, competition is starting to get royally heated for a select few PSU students.
So in our chapter, we had to do it early in the year since homecoming so early this year. They announced that we need homecoming candidates, and then people will get nominated. They can nominate themselves or other people can nominate them. They just kind of stand up, say what they're involved in if they do get nominated, and then after that we just vote on it.
Shelby Bicknell, a member of Tri Sigma, is one of the 24 candidates still in the running for Homecoming Queen, and getting to this point has not been an easy task. After being nominated, students must go through an extensive process if they want to be crowned.
First step was to submit my resume. I get my resume edited all the time just because I kind of freak out about stuff like that.
Christian Tavanero, a member of the Lambda Chi fraternity here on campus, has also been nominated by Tri Sigma as their King candidate. And since Pittsburg State only wants the best to represent the university as homecoming king and queen, it is required that along with the resume, they each submit a cover letter.
When it comes to the cover letter, they had to lay it out exactly what they were looking for, and so it made it real easy to make entries on that.
Once the resumes and cover letters are judged, the number of candidates is then cut in half, with 12 men and 12 women remaining. Those still in the running then schedule a time to appear for an interview with a panel of judges. The interview process this year has taken on a few changes.
They have it separate to where the Kings have their own panel when it comes to the judging round, and the Queens have their own panel. I think that's very efficient. Compared to last year, they had a panel for both Kings and Queens, and they'd kind of alternate.
I am really nervous just because I know that so many awesome people are going to go through.
Once the final 6 men and 6 women are chosen, another change has been implemented this year to the homecoming King and Queen process, and it'll take place Monday, October 3rd at 6 o'clock at Guerrilla Village.
Homecoming kickoff, and with that, we'll be able to get a good grasp on the student body. We'll be able to hang out with the students and actually get our name out there, which is a new concept that we haven't had before.
After this step in the process of becoming Pitt State royalty, the decision is no longer in the candidates' hands. Online voting for Homecoming King and Queen will open to students on Tuesday, October 4th at 12 o'clock p.m. All students have to do is log into their GUS and click on Ballots, Surveys, and Voter Registration located on the left-hand side of their screen. Online voting will stay open until Thursday, October 6th at 12 p.m., and there will also be computers set up in the Oval on Wednesday, the 5th, for students to stop by and vote there. As you can see, achieving royalty is no easy task here at Pittsburg State, but for most students, being nominated is just as much of an honor.
I felt really excited, especially because I know that so many impressive people are up for it and that anyone would be a great pick, so I was honored that they thought I would be good for the next level.
A final change that has been made this year is that the King and Queen will now be crowned on Thursday night after Yell Like Hell. Don't forget to vote Tuesday through Thursday or Wednesday in the Oval and attend Yell Like Hell on Thursday night to see the crowning of the 2016 PSU Homecoming King and Queen.
Your secret is safe with me. The life of a double agent is hard. We like to keep secrets, but I'm about to reveal one to you right now. Homecoming at Pittsburg State University is something special. Flags are waving high around the town, students are dusting off their dancing shoes to perform at Yell Like Hell, the cheerleaders are pumping up our spirits, and the Queen and King are riding in style. But wait, let's take it back a bit. How does this all happen?
Begin all the planning starting in January leading up to the very end of the semester, and if we have time in the summer we try to get things done. It kind of depends on who's in the area and on campus.
A new year means a new homecoming committee, and with that being said, changes were made on how homecoming operates.
Like this year when we changed everything up, like we had to add a new chair for the kickoff night because that wasn't a chair before. So we kept, like for that one specifically, we started with like what do we want to bring, what are we wanting to do for this night.
Being in charge of planning a parade is not an easy task, but this homecoming committee has got it down.
Parade is always the same. It's actually pretty simple to do. We just make sure all organizations are ready and we do float checks.
Speaking of floats, let's check out how one is created. Drilling, flipping, and a bit of laughter is what it takes to put together a homecoming float. 2 members of the Phi Sigma Kappa fraternity have started the process of building the 007 homecoming themed float, which is a timely task.
It's at least over a month process just to get everything together and make sure we have it done in time for the parade without any headaches.
A couple $100s and volunteer hours have been put into the physical building and planning of the floats.
Total cost of the float is probably a couple $100. Myself and a few other members have put in probably about 15 to 20 hours each, just as far as planning and going to get supplies and cutting and assembly and all that.
On Saturday, October 8th, their grand masterpiece will be displayed going down Broadway Street.
I know when I see it go down the road, I'll be able to say, hey, I helped do that.
Let's bring it back and continue the story.
And like make sure that they're not doing anything bad while they're building their floats, and then the morning of we just set it all up and let it go.
After spending roughly 8 months of planning and organizing, it looks like this year's homecoming should be one for the records.
I'm very excited for the whole thing to be over. I'm excited to see how everything goes because I think it's going to go really well. I don't really see us having any problems.
Hopefully now you get a feel about what it takes to put on homecoming. For the magazine show, this is Alexis Arenas Andrade. That does it for our 15-minute show. If you tell any of our secrets, we will find you.
Dum da dum 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 da 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 dum.